Hey, welcome into another Let's Talk Local, where we here at 216 Creator Studios love uncovering local small business gems. Today, we've got the team from Obsidian Tints. That's more than one, right? LLC. You guys are out of where?
So we're based off of originally Sheila Park, but we've been doing more business in Crystal Lake area. So we're in between two areas.
You got a shop in Crystal Lake, or you guys move?
We're both. We'll do it from our homes.
That's nice. I like that.
Yeah. Jesse lives out in Crystal Lake. I live in Sheila Park, and Carl's right between.
I'm in between everybody.
You're covering all the western suburbs.
Yeah, we're trying to cover. Now we have 3 people going on with the business, so we're trying to cover some area because eventually it is our plan to,
Originally,
around there. Yeah.
originally it was supposed to be Sheila Park only, but it was coming down to where we had a lot of people saying, "Oh, it's too far, a bit of a distance." So then I said, "Well,
We were catering to our, to our clients,
Hey, a shop that's alive is worth the drive.
that's true. That's
Yeah.
true."
So Juan, right? We got Juan, Jesse, and Carlos. And whose idea was this? Who came up with Obsidian Tints?
I guess I was looking for tints on my car, and like once you have those tints, like the ceramic tints, like the high quality stuff, you can't go back. And I remember I had just gotten my car. I'm like, I'm gonna go to my shop, go get it tinted, but I just couldn't justify the pricing. So I was like, you know what? Kind of like what you said, kind of don't like the pricing out there, don't like how it's run, just do it yourself. And like I met Jesse and Carlos at T-Mobile. I was working at T-Mobile at the time, and we kind of just started getting to know each other, and we were talking about possible business ideas. And I was like, hey, I need to get my cars, my windows tinted. Let's give it a shot, see what happens. And like the rest is history from there. But yeah, it's just the same thing because it's one of those things you don't know you need until you have it.
Right.
And I can't live without it. So I always get it on all my vehicles. That's kind of how it started.
Well, and the factory stuff, right? I mean,
Yeah, that is.
it just keeps UV rays out.
Yeah.
He knows the stuff.
I don't know. It doesn't work on the skylight or whatever because I still get sunburn on my head. All right. That is awesome. So because you guys love cars, you're enthusiasts, right? But sales has been in your background.
Sales,
And I think that's where it came in too. We were trying to decide what we wanted to do. We were all working at T-Mobile, like we knew we wanted to do something more. And during that time, that's when I had my baby. So that was my passion for what I wanted to do something, I think that was yours too, and that was all of ours. We knew we wanted to do something more with life.
You had his baby?
No, he didn't have my baby. He had some kids.
That's a real
I mean, what Jesse's trying to say is like, we literally just want to, be our own bosses,
Yeah.
Obviously working for, other companies, we know we can amount to, great amount of sales. I'm like, give this business a try,
See, and I love what you guys are doing because your focus is narrow, right? So many young entrepreneurs, especially in the auto world, are trying to do everything. We do rims, we do vinyl wrap. You know what I'm saying? And then you try to do too much. And I love that you guys are like, listen, your car looks good. Let's just set it up another level, right? Let's just tint it out a little bit, which is awesome.
Yeah, I was gonna say it definitely helps that we came from sales and like car background because growing up I had posters of all these like sports cars and stuff, and growing up like for me like I can kind of like hear the name of the car and the model, I picture it, so it kind of makes it easier that we're sales and we're doing this, kind of ties it for me. So for me it's easy. I like doing this. I know like pretty much every car out there, and when it comes to window tinting. I'm a very detail-oriented person, so it also makes it easier. It just kind of fits into what I already had: sales, knowing all those cars, and then just my work ethic, and the work ethic with all of us actually, because we're all smart guys. We decided to take a different approach. Social media kind of show some videos. We're gonna do some more videos on how the process actually works. But right now we actually do have like some videos online. We posted like a couple, like 2 weeks
We're
ago.
always brainstorming every day, new ideas. How can we grow ourselves? What can we do to be better?
Yeah.
Just learn from our mistakes and just go from there.
Because that's where I reached out to you. You and I known each other for a long time, back in the banking days, right?
It's been a while.
And I was like, oh shit! I was watching your video. That I reached out right away. I'm like, I gotta get you guys on Let's Talk Local because I mean the work you were doing is amazing.
Appreciate that.
And now, did you guys have to get certified? You know, because I know like in some vinyl wraps, you gotta get like 3M certified or something.
With window tinting, it depends. There's some courses you can take. You don't have to really be certified for it. It's just more practice.
Yeah.
There's a lot of practice.
There are other companies
Trial
out
and
there that
A lot of trial and
offer
error.
it.
Yeah.
For us, we were thinking about going to another shop that offered training, but it was more how it came down to it. We were back at work. I remember we were talking about the business. We just kept talking and talking about it. And then one day he just came up to us. He's like, "Hey, I'm sorry, I ordered a roll of film. Let's do this." And me and him were like, "Okay, it's happening. This is
That's how
coming
the
down
business
to
started.
business."
It's basically just all initiative. Like,
He
it's like
just did it, and then from there we practiced on our own cars. Messed up a lot of times, but it's
But I mean,
get better.
but
Yeah.
better on your cars.
Yeah, that's true. And then just
limousine.
A lot of mental stuff to it, a lot of dedication, watching a lot of videos, tutorials on how to do stuff, and like I said, trial and error, and that's how we came to where we are today.
I basically went to North Carolina.
Oh, he
because
went out of
Because my
state.
cousin, he owns he has his own company.
Okay.
Two shops, no?
Yeah, 2 shops in North Carolina, Techno Tint. So, I mean, I told him like, hey, let me fly out there, teach me what you know, and see, what is your daily life as an entrepreneur in the window tint business. What is it that now that you have a shop, show me the ropes. Obviously, a couple training here and there. My partners, supported. I'm like, hey, go ahead, do it. Bring the knowledge over here. So, I mean, we work well together. We communicate constantly. It's just this. I mean, we're just trying to, get better ahead, not just for ourselves, but for our families and for our futures. We know for a fact that we don't want to be in a corporate world all our life. We want to be our own bosses, and just like how you're saying, we're local, small business. We know how it is now with other small businesses who are trying to get up there to the same level.
And so obviously entrepreneurship runs in your family.
Yeah. My wife owns a business too, so her business is Flawless Beauty Bar, LLC. So she does like professional makeup, and then she does ombre powder brows for the women. So it's just something that we told ourselves like, hey, it's.
So your whole family is looking at you like, hey,
What are you doing?
when are you gonna jump? That is awesome. So if somebody wants to get their windows worked on, right, and tinted, how do they get in touch with you guys?
Phone number, call, text, social media,
Get a lot of
business
Facebook
phone.
messages
Like,
to
follow,
our
subscribe.
business.
Yeah.
And phone number is what?
Phone number 847-877-1232, and I'll be there to pick up every call. I pick up
This one
every
right
call.
here.
Yeah.
And then behind us, unless you're listening on the radio, you're going to see the website, right? Obsidian Tints.
.biz.
.biz,
Correct.
right? Which is important, and they can go there. There's a contact us, right?
Correct. They can also book to there as
Yeah,
well.
there it is, right there. Now, talk to me about why you want your windows tinted, other than getting pulled over by police and profile, right? We love it.
Really do.
Yeah.
I feel like there's an untapped market, to be honest. Most people, it's for styling, yes, it'll make your car look a whole lot better, a whole lot newer.
It does make a huge difference on the interior, protecting it versus
Yeah.
the heat. We do have a little heat box in our shop, which shows you the difference when you put it towards the heat lamp, which different film does what.
Really?
So it's a pretty big difference. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
When we were
there's
testing it ourselves, we're like, wow, didn't realize it was that much of a heat difference is
Yeah.
allowed through. So
And there's different types of films, and most people just bunch all of it into just one category, and that's it. Tint is just tint, but there's like a lot of options, and there's a solution for everybody, whether you have a work van, whether you want to protect yourself against the UVs, because some cars don't have the UV layer already. Protect your interior, like Jesse was saying, and
a lot of people I've noticed that come to us, they want to protect the privacy of their children. They don't
Yeah.
tint the front,
Yeah,
but they
yeah.
more tint the back because they don't want anybody to see inside of like the baby seat.
You have no idea also how many people get their cars broken into. He had somebody reach out to him. It's like, hey, I need my car tinted because they just broke into my car. They saw all this tools and they're like, oh yeah, let's see what he has, and took it from there.
Yeah.
So I mean, everybody thinks this window tint is like, oh, just applying a piece of film. Like, no, it's not. You're basically, you're also protecting your loved ones, protecting your investment. Something that's keeping you from going from work to wherever you got to be. And not only that, I mean, now when you drive, you feel the heat.
Yeah,
running on your-
you always get, you always get
Window
the driver's
front
side.
open.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
you go.
Sometimes you're like coming out from the store and coming to a cooler car, so that makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
And I know with that a couple cars too, where before window tint, their back seat's just damaged from the sun.
Yeah.
The front dash is damaged from the sun, so it does a really good job
Yeah,
of protecting
I've seen,
that.
you've seen dashboards cracked. And that's here in the Midwest. Yeah, that's not just
Right.
like Phoenix where it's
Exactly.
3,000 degrees.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, here in Illinois, is there, you have to stay under a certain tint? How do you guys handle that? Or hey, if I want it blacked out, you black it out for me?
So in regards to that, I mean, when it comes to that, it just
Yeah,
depends on the
there's-
person. Some people use it for show cars. They take
Right.
it to certain events. At that point, it's going to be used for that. That's on them. It's more in their disclosure what they want to do.
That's awesome. So and then so it's
For
like,
reality, you can't go below 35% on the front windows.
Right.
If you
So
do it,
you're
then
like-
that's where you kind of.
There are some things that we just are like, I don't recommend that. And,
We want to
They'll
give our
listen to us.
disclaimers. It's up to them.
Yeah.
If they want what they use it for, it's completely up to them.
it's
Hey, I know I got 20 on mine.
allegedly.
At 35%.
Nice. Now, when it comes to how you guys work, I mean, you run out to AutoZone, get the little lick 'em stick 'em in the purple roll that everybody's tried.
No, actually,
So yeah, tell us about a little bit without giving away the magic sauce, a little bit of the process.
There's not much magic to it. Secret. We use GeoShield film.
Yeah.
After doing research on what film we wanted to use, there's different options. GeoShield just seemed to provide the best for what we wanted to do, what we stand for. We stand to give the best service possible with the best product. And for them, they do offer lifetime warranty, so that comes big for us to be able to tell you, hey, we're giving you good product. As long as you have the car, if anything goes wrong, we got you.
Yeah, they're very, very high quality. Will not fade. Will not crack. Will not discolor. Like it's high quality, like premium tint. So that's why it also brings those other benefits, like to the next level, like that heat rejection. It'll bump it up very high, just because it's premium tint. And I wouldn't put anything else that I wouldn't put on my car, on somebody else's car.
Right.
I guess that's our philosophy.
Exactly. We have all our cars, and we're putting our brand on it.
Now, keep in mind, when we started, we did not buy that because that's an expensive film
Sure.
to be working with. We bought,
Yeah, so I mean,
we
you
bought a
guys-
cheap roll, like you were saying. It was a cheap roll from Amazon that he just found. That's what he ordered, and that's what we worked with in the beginning.
Yeah, well, I mean, but it's trial and error, like
Yeah,
you said. Then when you find, I mean, something better comes along, right? That makes sense, that works in your overhead or your cost analysis, then it's easy, right? Then it's like, yeah, we'll go with that. Now, did I hear ceramic in there or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like a name of the tints. There's like dyed film, which is the regular film. That's just like for aesthetics, it does give the UV protection. But then there's carbon, which gives you all those benefits from before, but steps up the heat rejection to up to 50%. And then ceramic film or nano ceramic, there's a few names for it. That'll give you upwards of 80% blockage for like infrared heat. That's where the ceramic comes from. That's like our top tier film.
That's crazy. About how many cars have you done? How long have you been in business?
Been in business since July of 2023.
Nice.
Definitely, it's growing business at first. Starting off a little slow, so our part was just to grow the business, get the name out there, talk to people, word of mouth, social media, friends, referrals, and down in 2024, it's been crazy. It's just
we even
the
have
phone's been
a lot of reach
ringing,
out.
a lot of people reaching out, people sending referrals. It's
I got
beautiful.
other suppliers reaching out to me now. We had an event for at the Rosemont Impact Field. We got invited into, and just overall, like the people that we used to speak to before, now they're reaching out to us as well. Like once we originally quoted, but now it's all the work that we did it's coming together, and
All the seeds that were
and we're seeing we're reaping.
So, so your business model, you guys got So it started in Schiller Park, right? And now it's kind of branched out a little bit. Not that you got a ton of shops, but
Eventually, it's coming down.
tell me a little bit about the business model right now. Not a lot of overhead, right?
No.
So you go to the customer. So if I'm like, hey, I want you to tint my truck up, do you come to my place? Do I bring the car someplace? What happens?
We're really flexible with that. You know, we want to do what's best for our people. So usually people just drop it off, but we do offer also if they don't have a ride to go back home, we're willing to take them home. If it's within means, we definitely will do that. I know we've done a couple of mobile jobs as well.
Yeah.
So we go to their place, as long as they have a shut like a garage that we can work in, or even outside, because you've done some outside jobs.
Yeah, some good lighting.
It just depends. We're very flexible. They don't have to come to us if they don't have any means of like transportation to go back, so we'll go to them.
Yeah,
We'll just take our tool bag and we'll go there.
Some of our customers will send us pictures like, hey, this is what I got, see, so we get an idea. So it's like, no matter the way, we figure it out.
Yeah.
We just do it.
That's cool.
We like to be doers instead of just like saying, oh no, doing is gonna get us out there.
Right. I mean, because everybody, when it comes to cars, right? Everybody wants their car to look nice. We don't know anything about it, right? So there's always that sense of anxiety from our part. We're like, yeah, bring it, drop it off at the shop. You're like, there's always that sense of anxiety,
Yeah.
And then we've all had we go swing it by, drop it off the shop. The shop's right next to the railroad tracks. You got to buzz in because it's not the best part of the neighborhood. Right. So I like that you guys, you kind of cater to what eases those anxieties for your customers. Now, is that part of the concept as you were doing it? Like, hey, do we just want to keep overhead down, or how do we make it easy?
I mean,
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, we just try to go above and beyond. It's to
We get referrals back. People love it. They
It's kind of that Gary Vee way of doing business, right?
I mean, if you really think about it, like a lot of these successful, like entrepreneurs, that we might be expired from, they just go and like just sit and wait for the phone to ring.
Right.
They're doing something about it. You're either cold calling, you're either going to local businesses, or you're just going back and like Jesse's been phenomenal with calling back to customers. Like, hey, we followed up like 3 months ago, stuff like that. It's like basically, like I right now I'm into like a lot of audiobooks. So
Yeah.
I've been, reading the
Oh,
Grant
Oh, the same way,
Cardone,
bro.
the Patrick Bet-David, and all that.
Love that guy.
So, and then right
Thanks
now,
for listening too.
and I'm listening to, your next five, your next 5 moves,
Yeah.
So like right now, like I'm just hooked, after chapter 1. Now I want to get his other new book,
He doesn't even listen to music anymore. He's listening to those audio
I was,
books.
I was just in a referral group today, and that's what we were talking about. And me and about 3 other entrepreneurs are like, man, it's always in my earbud. It's always, if you're not listening to 2006, it's audiobooks just going on all the time.
Oh, I listen during work, in the morning, while I'm doing what I got to do in my office work. I'm just like listening, and I'm just listening. I'm like, right. I mean, I used to go from doing like 0 books. Now I'm down to 8 books.
Nice.
8 audiobooks. Start with the Grant Cardone, starting with the Patrick Bet-David. I'm Bob Proctor. They're really, it's just expiring.
So in 2022, my goal was to read 2 books a month, right? And I think by the end of that year, because of audiobooks, I think I was like almost 200. Not a month, but for the year.
Wow.
Because I got hooked, man, and instead of listening to the garbage that's, on the radio outside of 26, that's what I would do. If I wasn't listening to one of our shows, I was always hooked into audio.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the cool thing I like about my partners is like we have the same vision, same thing, same everything. That's just it correlates perfect, into harmony. For us, it's just from there, it's just doing the work.
Yeah. So one of the hard things is that, especially for partnerships, right, is who does what, right, and who doesn't do what. And if I'm not doing what, I can't really get mad at you for not doing what, right? If you're doing something else. How do you guys work that out? I mean, is there constant like daily meetings? Is it like, hey man, I got this, you got this, and you just go?
So we talk in our chat. We have a group chat together. We talk every day, literally every day, morning till night. But when it comes to like delegating who does what, we just say, we know what our skills are. For me, I went to college for marketing, social media, so I do that portion of it, but they help me out with it as well. So we all have our own like pros and what we're good at, but we all help each other out. Like him, he's very good at doing the shrinking of back windows, because with back windows you have to shrink the film for it because the glass is curved, so you have to shrink it to it. He's an expert at that.
Yeah.
Now, if I have to get in there and do it, I'll do it as well. Same with him. So we just have our like who does what. We kind of know.
I mean, and also just like the fact that before deciding to go all this, we kind of just clicked. Like we had like the same mentality. It's like I talk to Carlos, he can pick it up. We can kind of talk to each other, without talking to each other. So for us, honestly, like all the work is shared. Like, and we do specialize like in some things. Like I do like I take care of the website. Jesse puts out ads. Carlos is talking. Yeah, reads books. He gets. Carlos has a lot of clients, and
he does a lot of the
I do a lot of the sales.
You're the relationship.
Yeah,
I'm the relationship guy.
Well, I mean, I used to do HVAC wholesale, so
Oh, sure.
so I would get a lot of contractors, and then like I definitely know about different personalities. Like it's not like it's retail. It's some contractors are a little bit more ruthless. They will say how it is, and then I mean, that gave me a little bit of more backbone. But for me, it's just like the sales. Like it's, I mean, I feel like I got some sort of charisma to the way I talk.
Mm-hmm.
It's just people like it. So and people really have faith and trust into me. So like it's like how you said. From work, some
people buy who they like. So that's
no, we had some because I work at FedEx. FedEx Freight. So like some of the drivers, they'd be like, "Oh, here's my keys. Drop it off and just leave them in my mailbox." And I'm like, "Oh, cool. Well, they got you."
Right.
It's just it takes, I guess, a certain amount of like verbiage and obviously the charisma there to be like, hey, you know what, I trust this guy 100%. That's what we, in our culture is just that we want our customers to make sure, like, to understand, like, hey, we got your back. We're not just here because we're making money, but no, our main concern is make sure you're okay, your car's okay, and our service that we provided was the best that you ever had.
So I roll up with my wife's Kia Telluride, right? How long does it take to do that job? Right, so that's what is that, a 7-passenger vehicle? SUV?
I mean, probably like 2.5 hours. Last weekend.
You're going 2 windows, that'll be an hour and a half, full service.
Yeah,
Yeah, me and Jesse knocked out a few cars the other day on Saturday. We were in and out. Customer loved it. He was he was stunned with the way his car was looking. We had a referral off of that, but yeah, we had a few cars Saturday. We pumped them out quick. We have
under 3 hours, 3 hours and a half.
Yeah, but 2 front windows. Yeah, probably like less than an hour. A full vehicle, about 2 to 3.
No, keep in mind when we first started, it was definitely not that fast. I remember actually the first day that we were in business. I don't know why we thought we were the big boys, right?
Sure.
We decided to book, what was it, 3, 4 cars? We thought we were good, right? First car. We felt really confident, real confident. It was probably like 4 or 5 hours in. The other car was there already, and we're like, oh man, I think we're a little bit over. That's here. So when we first started, it was definitely not that fast. It's just, like I said, trial and error, and just learning from our mistakes on what can we do to make sure we be more efficient, to make sure we can get people in.
Having the right tools.
So, the right tools now, just give us the year and model of the car, plug it into our computer, and we have our plotting machine, which is connected to the software for like every type of pattern on the window, and plug it in, print out what we need, and then all we got to do after that is mold it, shape it, install it, so that the plotting machine makes it easier for when we have full days now.
Yeah.
And we have a system for
hand cutting, but
we have the plotters.
Usually, we hand cut. Right now, like if we have like a car, I mean, go ahead and we'll just hand cut it. At least it might take us, like they say, 2.5 hours, but at least we're doing it, precisely.
We've learned to basically do kind of a dual cut. When we're hand cutting, we place the one film on one window, then we take another piece of roll-on, we flip it around and put it over that film. So as we cut it, we have 2 pieces in one cut.
Right.
So all right, there's 2 pieces. You take the other side, install that, I'll install this one, to the other one. Just kind of going in motion.
Things that come in once you learn some tips and tricks, you just speed it up and it just comes to you naturally. It's not a lot.
Well, he's very busy, so he's more on the plotter side.
He has like 2
Yes, he has 2 shops, so they're both of the shops. It's not like he's getting a car walk-ins.
Right.
So it's not like, can we get this guy in? boom, boom, boom. So it's like for him, the best for his business is to make sure that he has a reliable software where he's like, okay, I can cut and go, cut and go. But at the end, he's still doing a very good quality job. But since he already has a rapport, already has customers, he has like his shop, he has, signs, he had window tint. North Carolina, they got it, there's a lot of cars out there. A lot of people think like, oh, it's just a lot of cars. No, it's not. You see a lot of people pull up and like they want their cars to be tinted. They understand,
And if it's a window on a vehicle, y'all can do it. So like if I bring the motorcycle in.
As long as it's not plexiglass, it has to be glass.
Gotta be glass. Okay.
It's gotta be glass. And it's because we use the heat gun, it'll melt it.
Huh.
Wouldn't want to do that.
It can't be, yeah. I had somebody I met in the beginning. We were buying some supplies off Marketplace, and I forget what kind of car it was, like a Chevy Chevelle. But he had done some work, and he put some new windows in. It was kind of like a show car. He asked me to tint it. I was tapping on the windows. I was like, how am I gonna get this done? I was like, this is not glass. I'm like, yeah, definitely not. If it's not glass, it can't be tinted. It has to be glass.
Okay. So yeah, I wouldn't have known. That's
I know we've had some RVs reach out to us too. So obviously those are more different price categories.
Sure.
The RV a lot more windows, and I know we do plan to get into more of the commercial and residential side of things. I know a lot of businesses want to get their front windows of their business tinted just to keep out the heat. So that's what we're going to get into. That's a different method of cutting film.
Sure. Oh, that's awesome. So again, sitting here with the guys from Obsidian Tints LLC. If people want to get their vehicle tinted, how do they get in touch with you?
Phone number, website. You can get visitors through Facebook, which I think that's the more popular one.
Like, follow, subscribe, right?
Yeah, we're everywhere.
Instagram, people message on
TikTok.
Instagram.
Yeah, we posted a good. We had one of our videos, had like 21K.
25,000
Yeah.
views on one video.
TikTok, yeah.
No, they're good videos. That's why I said, I gotta get you guys on.
Yeah, we have a QR code that links everything together. So it's not over made and post it up. But yeah, that'll link everything together just to make it easier. Maybe somebody just
Yeah,
likes
you get it to
messaging, somebody likes
Sure,
calling.
get it out.
Yeah,
What is the coolest car that right, that you guys have been like, or the most famous person? You don't think right? What is it you were just like, man, I never thought I would work on a car like this?
there's been a few cars, there was this BMW where I couldn't even. There were so many buttons. It looked like a jewel encrusted.
He didn't even know how to
Really?
drive the car. We were like, it was a lake. I was like, man, come in. And he's like,
The car wouldn't move.
what do you do? I let hold the car in.
Right.
And he's like, I don't know how.
Yeah, normally I know every car, but this guy's
Right.
like, what is that? And I see the speedometers on the heads-up display. I'm like, I never had one of those.
Right.
And I'm like, whoa, what's going on over
Yeah,
there?
The customer said that he got everything custom made. Like I said, the shifter was like a diamond one. It looked cool.
Right.
I think it was over close to 100 around there, 100K for the car. But it was a nice car. Like, even when I was working in the car, I had to work on the inside, so I shut the doors. Jesse and Carlos were doing some work outside. I'm like, I can't hear anything. Like, this car is like, it's like a vacuum.
Turn it on,
What is
battery.
Yeah, that was a good car. Like,
That's awesome because they're having this station. Popper, he's the author of Go Giver. We've had Zig Ziglar's son, Tom Ziglar, on. So famous people that I've had on here that I just scratch my head and go, it's so weird that I'm talking, that hang out like I'm hanging out with you guys. Not that you're not famous, they're great. But it's just your job and your passion kind of puts you into a place where you go, man, this is cool, right?
Right. And honestly, like now, like these jobs, they take like a few hours, but it feels like nothing. Like it feels like 15, 30 minutes.
I don't even see it as work. It's the passion. It's fun.
Right.
Especially
I love
since
it.
us.
We have a good time. We mess around as we're doing the job.
So have you ever had anybody with a hoarder car come in? Like, and you're just like, man, it smells like cat pee in here.
I mean, not
Like
a hoarder.
shoebox
Not a
full of
hoarder.
dead snakes.
One that had a lot of toolbox, a lot of stuff in the back. I remember it was hard for you to get to the back.
There's like something not related to that, but what people have in the car. I had somebody come in who had a lot of tools. I'm like, what's that for? And he's like, oh, I do like appliances. Like I fix appliances. And I was like, oh, my dryer's busted. He fixed my dryer. I tinted his car.
There it is. I
And
love it.
then one of the first customers had a model of a Corvette, which is just like Jesse's car. And Jesse's like, "That's my car." And they gave him the car.
No way.
No,
man.
my son plays with it now. So it's literally an identical, same color version as mine. And I was like, I want it. And he just like, here, you can have it.
Yeah.
So it's funny. I still have it to this day.
Yeah. So luckily the stuff we found.
What's your story? You gotta have one.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean,
Oh, we
these guys,
got the dryer, we got the Corvette.
yeah, nothing happened. Nobody gave you a book.
No, nobody gave me a book, man. So they did. And I hope it's a Patrick Bet-David book.
I love
For
that
sure.
too.
For
Crazy,
sure.
crazy.
I mean,
I watch his interview with Kobe all the time.
oh man. I mean, literally, when reading the book that I'm on right now, like, you know, he mentioned, you know, all the stuff when he introduced him, because he had the insurance,
Yeah.
you know, business. So actually, one of my friends from high school, his name is Fabian. He actually knows him because he works for PhD.
Wow,
You
really?
know, and in the beginning, to be honest, I was gonna get into the business, but you know, as we were going on, like, it's not for me.
Right.
You know, like it's just one of those things, like, you know, like when we did the window tint and we brought this in, like, you know, with the idea, I'm like, I'm hooked. I'm like, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
You know, if there's anything else I want to do, I will want to learn something, a different service, you know, that goes along with being automotive, but something that we like, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, you know,
There's wraps coming in the way.
One
So
wrap,
look
I was
into
gonna say,
that.
the wraps are coming in the way.
PPF, protecting the front of people's vehicles. That one I know for sure we need to go for classes.
Yeah.
It's a bit hard to learn on your own, so we do plan to go to someone and get taught how to do that.
It's awesome. And that's what I love. And you can hear the passion that you guys have, right? So as I sit here, I'm like, no wonder your business is killing it right now, because people feel that. They go, I
And
want
you
to
get a lot of
piece of that.
compliments on it.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
I mean, most people like their pets more than their kids, and like their vehicles more than their spouses, right? I mean,
True.
right? If you find that car guy or gal, I mean, you'll know them because they're parking way away, or they've got the '67 Chevelle. You know what I mean? And it's amazing. I always tell my wife, I'm like, man, if I get a '66 Chevelle, I said, or Impala, either one of those two, Chevelle or Impala.
I'm looking
That'd
for
be
an
my daily driver.
Which one is the one you want?
I'm looking for an El Camino, and one of my neighbors has one. It's just it's covered up with a tarp. Like, I see it every time I walk the dog. I'm like, one of these days I'm gonna go and knock. I'm like, how much you want for it? I'll put a nice engine
My
in
buddy
there.
just got rid of a Ranchero. That's not
Ranchero?
It's not the other Camino. But
Yeah, I saw this El Camino like back in the day, like in the West Coast Custom shop.
Yeah.
Like what was it before Hit My Ride?
Yeah.
And it was after West Coast Customs. They just had an El Camino, and they did like some amazing work. And ever since then, I was like, I just want that car. I want that car.
You want that car?
I want that car.
there is in my neighborhood back over here in McHenry, a few blocks away, they got an old, I want to say it's like a '60 El Camino.
Oh, okay.
It's bad.
Yeah, there.
It's bad. Even with the original Chevy wheels on it.
One day.
Red. It's an SS, so it's red with the black stripes.
Oh, there you go.
It's really, really nice. They take it out on Sunday days.
That's what I'm gonna do with mine.
I mean, Jesse's the one with the Corvette.
I got a Corvette.
You don't have a mustache. Why you got a Corvette?
Oh, you know, I wear my New Balances, I wear my shorts. I was
Members only
oh,
coat.
yeah.
That's awesome. Hey, listen, any good deals going on? I mean, you guys do like specials or anything when it gets slow, or like for Thanksgiving or
Funny
Christmas?
enough, I mean,
or-
right now we got our special going on, which is basically our new inventory sale. That's where we introduced our dyed film, what he was talking about, which is the base model economical film.
Yeah.
So with that, what we got running on is someone's looking for two front windows. It starts off at $80. If they're wanting a full car service, depending on the car, it starts off at $199. We got that going on all the way until about June or July.
Then so in my big truck, 199. It's an 8
Are you? Were you know having
you heard it. You heard it here. Right?
For you,
Yeah.
I heard a lot.
For you,
You
it's
came back out.
Double for everything.
Yeah, it just depends on like the size of the vehicle and what type of film they need. But yeah,
See, I mean, and here's what I love. You guys have just sunk your teeth into this in a short time, and you know it, right? I mean, you're eating it, you're breathing it. That's what I love about entrepreneurs. That's why we want local small businesses here,
That's
right?
how it goes too. Like in the beginning,
We learn on some vehicles that we're like, hey, this is a little bit tricky. I haven't seen this, but hey, we learn from it,
Yeah.
and it's gonna make us better for the next car if it comes in. You know, they're like, oh, you just did that car, I want mine.
Yeah, tomorrow we have a car that we just did Saturday, and I was like, okay, we know that car. I was gonna go in there. We're done.
How you gotta go again?
Just trying to make the cuts.
That's the sound of the proper tools.
Yeah, we got a few cars that are familiar to us now, so it makes it easier. Yeah, we know it.
I was gonna say too, with how things have been going now. I remember when we first started, we would all get on each other because we'd always be staying up. We'd be up and like, Jay, were you awake? Like, go to bed. You gotta wake up early. I know you would get on me because you know I had to work early back then, and I couldn't stop. I was up because I was researching. I was looking up videos. He'd be doing the same, and you gotta go to bed.
I do a lot of the invoicing and the estimates. You know, I'm the one that like, hey, send me information. I'll send it to the customer. You know, like right now, I mean, he does also the financials, and I help him along with it. You know, because we have the QuickBooks. But I mean, it's just like how you said, we split everything up.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people are like, oh, partnership is like, you know, you're
I know I have a lot of people that become like,
I'm like, I mean, the thing is that when we came into doing
there's only one goal. So.
There was only one goal ahead, and like, hey, this is what we want to do, and then we split up the responsibilities. You know, it's just like we had a cordial and proper talk. I'm like, hey, you know, we had a single, and then we divide up the responsibilities, you know, and then take it from there. There's some stuff like, you know, he was in Mexico for like 2 weeks. I was taking over some of the things, you know, while doing the QuickBooks while he was gone.
So Corvette show.
Oh, I wish.
Actually, just take time off.
I mean, we all got each other's back. Like he took off this weekend for his birthday. We took care of everything.
Yeah.
It's just how we
I wasn't there for the.
So what's the big dream for Obsidian Tints? And is it to franchise and be the world's best tint company? Is it to keep it local and have it? You know what I'm saying? What's the dream?
Personally, I would think it'd just be local and just have. Eventually, want to get into an actual shop and have something that's ours. You know, something and then be like, we did this. Something we can be proud of.
We want to look back and be like, hey, you know, we started off like a big example, like one, you know, his garage you could fit like 3 cars in there.
Oh.
But if you would look into our social media, you'll see the transformation, how it's gone through from like not having any insulation, no drywall.
Yeah,
You know, painted ceilings. I'm like, it's just seeing the progress. It makes it feel like worthwhile. You know, it's like, hey,
a lot of my neighbors now like
they
pass by like, what's going on in there? I'm like, I redid everything, so everything looks nice. Like if I show you a picture, like it rivals most shops, like more than some shops actually. Just like the paint work that we did, the setups. So yeah, now my neighbors are like, hey, what's going on in there? Like I had a couple of them come up.
Nothing's going on in here. We're just finishing the garage. That's it.
But yeah, now it's like I was saying, it's a 4-car garage. So I was like, in the beginning, I'm like, I gotta do something.
Sure.
Yeah, now it's
got ceiling black, which looks nice. It matches our theme.
Right.
Got 2 little spotlights that shoot up purple lights, so it just looks cool.
I love the colors too. Black,
that was a decision between all of us. It was red originally, and then we just did purple.
But that kind of
Obsidian,
right?
too.
That's what I like.
Tell the story about how we came up with the name.
Yeah, we were just thinking of some names, and
right.
Be honest.
Honestly, like I used to play Minecraft back in the day. Like that's our generation now. And,
right.
You know, when you get to the very like bottom of digging everything, there's like these obsidian blocks that are they kind of look like our colors, and I was like, yeah, that's a good name for tints. And that's kind of where it came from. You know, everybody will know that. Like,
sure.
Somebody hears Obsidian, they're like Minecraft.
See, that's brilliant, though, right? I mean, it ties into pop culture. It ties in, you know, and it's not like Jim's window tinting.
Or, he wanted to be A1.
A1. Honestly, I shoot for perfection, so I was like A1.
Well,
but
me and him were like,
sounds good.
I don't know, that sounds just too generic.
As soon as he came up with that name,
We looked at each other like,
okay, well, let's go with that. It's like how you said.
I was
You know,
like, one, Obsidian Tints. I was like, let's do it.
Everybody has like JNL or something, and
Yeah.
like, but it's initials for something. You know,
we
like,
thought about our initials too.
yeah, we're like, but it's just
Minecraft.
Hey, it works,
It
though,
works,
right?
it
I mean,
works.
and it's great because it's memorable, right? OTL, right? Obsidian Tints LLC.
yeah.
Now, we're moving along. We're doing windows, and we can do windows from semis to buses to locomotives, as long as it's glass. Right. And I mean, like right now is prime time to get your windows tilted, right?
Yes.
Just for the health of your car and maybe the health of you, right? Is that what I'm picking up?
That's correct.
Yes, a lot of benefits. Like I said, it's an untapped market that there's a lot of benefits that people don't know about. So, being us, we're trying to educate them on the website. When we get to the shop, we have the heat demo box.
Yeah, that's cool.
But yeah, like when I was buying my house, like my mortgage office and the officer, he was like, let's go over everything. I thought I knew everything coming in, and he's like, yeah, let's educate. And I kind of took that from that. I'm like, you know what, we got to educate our customers and let them know all the options, all the benefits. But yeah, our plan is just to educate them, give them some content, social media, put out some good work.
And done right, it adds a little value to the car if I look to trade it in a year or two, right? I mean, because let's be honest, I don't care who you are, how old you are, everybody likes their windows tinted.
It's funny enough though, my mom didn't like them at first. She was always like, ugh, I don't know about that.
I'm not playing that game.
No, she loves it.
Everybody's, to be honest, is just like, oh, I don't want to get pulled over. I don't want to get pulled over.
I think that's the mindset with a lot of people, but it comes down to it.
My girlfriend's very pale and she burns easily, and now with like the tint, it doesn't bother her.
My son lives out in Virginia, right? He's in the Navy, and he's got he's got the K5, right? The Kia
K5.
White, red interior, and
he's got the nice one.
Beautiful, yeah.
It is, and he's got them windows smoked, right? I mean, it's
because
he has to out there.
to.
And it's not the same. It's not the same laws. So when he comes visit series, I was like, man, like, no, you got Virginia plates. You're gonna be fine.
You'll be fine.
Just keep your foot off of it.
Right.
Give them a reason to pull you over. They will. Usually, if they see that you got Virginia plates or out of state plates, they'll let you go.
Same thing it comes down to. I know some people do have like a medicational document that they need to have.
Oh, no kidding.
Come across that too. Some people, like if someone gets pulled, they have documentation saying they need to have it just for their protection.
Yeah. If you have like
crazy, that's something I didn't know, but there is something out there.
There's something that's like you can get a doctor's note, and then you can put any tip without you having to worry about it.
Call doctor.
Call doctor.
My brother's a doctor of psychology. Whatever. That's awesome. So if anybody wants to hook up with you guys, and trust me, you want to before summer gets into full swing, how do they get in touch with you to tint their windows?
Just say the number one more time.
847-877-1232.
Make that into a song.
Yeah, where's the jingle?
Yeah, where's the jingle?
Like,
Come on.
what's that old song? The carpet for 1-800.
Don't sing it because we ain't doing it. Unless you want to send a check. Take it. All right. So listen, if you're out there, you're catching Let's Talk Local. These guys are as local as it gets, right? In the western suburbs here, Crystal Lake, Schiller Park, and you're in between.
I'm in between.
We come to you too.
Yeah.
If you need us to, we'll come to you.
Yeah. So if it's crazy, and you don't want your baby to be out of your sight, and you got the proper lighting and good workspace, you guys can show up and take care of it, right?
Yeah, within the means, of course, it's just like we have to also like let our customers know, like, hey, I don't have any proper lighting, like I did a job for one of my ex-coworkers, and he told me, hey, swing by my house, but I'm like, there's not much light, don't worry. He's, because he's a handyman, he's like, here's all the light. I even went to my old job and finished one of his windows because I ran out of film. So there goes one of my stories. I ran out of film. He's like, don't worry about it. Okay, just come. He had a little event at work, and he's like, all right, come here. do it while we're here. And I'm like, cool. I brought the tools, done. You know, and like I'm like, oh man, like this is embarrassing. He's like, don't worry about it. I know I know it's not your full intention, but I'm like, just come to my job. You know? And
hey, we're gonna follow you guys. We'll pop some stuff out here on 216 Creator Studios. That's what Creator Studios is all about, right? Is the creativity and your guys' passion. And we absolutely, my partners, I absolutely love what you're gonna think. It's just kick ass, right?
Appreciate that.
Thank you.
And any way that we can support you, we'll absolutely do that. But we're right on the back end of this right now. So man, that flew, right?
Time flies.
Absolutely. Jesse Carlos from Obsidian Tints LLC hanging out with us on Let's Talk Local. Check them out. Like, follow, subscribe, everything. You'll see them www.obsidiantints.biz or the phone number
847-877-1232.
That's it. For all of us here at 216 Creator Studios, thanks for hanging out on Let's Talk Local. And remember, it's your dime, so let's talk local.